In the Gospel, according to Matthew, in the 7th chapter, verses 15 to 20, we read Jesus giving us instructions. And he says this: "Watch out for false prophets. They come to you in sheep's clothing, but inwardly they are ferocious wolves. By the fruit you will recognize them. Do people pick grapes from thorn bushes or figs from thistles? Likewise, every good tree bears good fruit, but a bad tree bears bad fruit. A good tree cannot bear bad fruit, and a bad tree cannot bear good fruit. Every tree that does not bear good fruit is cut down and thrown into the fire. Thus by their fruit you will recognize them." Matthew 7:15 to 20. So how do we recognize someone by their fruits? And I think it's fairly simple. We judge their actions, we judge their words, and we judge the claims they make. Now, today we are going to recognize the fruits of Eligio Regaldo and his wife Caitlin. Now, Eligio is apparently an online pastor who scammed over 300 people, some his followers, by selling them over 3 million in crypto with no clear exit. And what no clear exit means is, it's like if you bought a stock and it kept on going up and up and up and up, or down and down and down and down, but there was no way to sell it. So what Eligio here did, he made a apology video, and I want you guys to pay very close attention to how much he actually apologizes for, and how much he takes accountability for, and how much he blames God for and uses God as some kind of scapegoat. So without further ado, let's look at this clown's apology video.
Caitlin and I are being charged in a civil charge from the Colorado Securities and Exchange Commission for basically selling millions of dollars worth of cryptocurrency that is deemed worthless by the state. Now, the reason that they're saying that it's worthless is because there is no exit for people who have bought. We launched an exchange. The exchange technology failed. Things went downhill, and from that point forward, we've just been waiting on the Lord, literally, for a miracle. So the charges are that Caitlin and I pocketed $1.3 million, and I just want to come out and say that those charges are true. So there's been $1.3 million that's been taken out of, I think it was a total of $3.4 million. But out of that 1.3, $500,000 went to the IRS, and a few $100,000 went to a home remodel that the Lord told us to do.
Yeah, remember, Jesus instructs us to feed the hungry, clothe the poor, you clothe the naked, take care of the sick, and most importantly, to contribute to the home remodeling of the Regaldos.
So how this whole thing started is the Lord told us in 21 to walk away from our marketing company, and he said, "I'm going to do a new thing." And then he took us into this cryptocurrency. It was a different cryptocurrency other than index coin at the time. Well, that cryptocurrency turned out to be a scam. And so the Lord says, give that to them, but also give them a 10x. And I'm like, well, where's this liquidity going to come from? And the Lord says, trust me. Well, as money is coming in, we would be sowing it. And at first it was hundreds of dollars and thousands of dollars, then tens of thousands of dollars. Money would come in, we tithe, we sow, more money would come in. And so we were just always under the impression that God was going to provide, that the source was never ending, that God was doing a new thing, and that we had nothing to worry about. And we sold a cryptocurrency with no clear exit. We did. We took God at his word and sold a cryptocurrency with no clear exit. And so the prosecutors have to take that and
We took God at his word.
say, these people willingly sold a cryptocurrency with no clear exit. What we're praying for and what we're believing for still is that God is going to do a miracle. God is going to work a miracle in the financial sector.
Yeah, now, honestly, the reason I'm more furious about this than I already am when learning this man as a pastor is that he didn't scam wealthy people or people with fun money and spare money. Using his role as a pastor, he probably scammed people who are, desperate for money, probably so poor they needed some miracle to live on. So they turned to Eligio as some sort of representative of God, and sure enough, a ferocious wolf in sheep's clothing unraveled itself. Yeah, he used his self-proclaimed role as a pastor, and he used that as sheep's clothing. And yeah, as we see in the video, there's no sorry, there's no we take accountability. More instead, oh yeah, God told us to do this, God told us to do that. Yeah, I think clear signs of a ferocious wolf in sheep's clothing. So Christians, do not immediately trust someone just because they call themselves a Christian. Do not believe anyone in blind faith. Instead, recognize them by their fruits as Jesus instructed. Anyways, guys, have a nice afternoon, evening, morning, whatever. Ciao.